Chat Podcast. What up, what up, what up?
Hi.
Episode 3. Good job. We got the 2. Yeah, we got the 2.
Listen.
We
Hey
done
now.
2.
Bless the Lord.
So, how was everybody's week?
We made it.
It's Friday.
We made everybody. We made it.
It's Friday.
Y'all. Bless the Lord, huh? Corporate.
How are you? I ain't seen you all week.
She deal with corporate America stuff and
I'm sorry.
Literally, I haven't seen even your face. Well, I ain't seen your face in like you've been gone. No. She was gone for the weekend, so
Oh,
I
that's
didn't get
right.
to see her.
That's right.
But then I ain't seen you literally since Sunday,
And
like
Sunday.
early Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't seen nobody but them. Hi. It's been a long week for me. We're at Friday, and I'm my good ear is waiting on the Lord.
because how much more of this do I have to take? Exactly. Sheryll, how was your week?
It started off a little shaky,
Okay.
but it's better. I had to go and talk it out today, and I'm much lighter. So yeah,
It's necessary to talk about.
listen, cause you know how I am. I be trying to keep everything in. I was like, no, I can't do this one. I can't.
I'm so glad you're using your resources. I'll leave it there. I won't even fuss. I'm glad you're using your resources instead of just holding stuff in and acting like everything's okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I can't be that girl no more.
I am so glad we got to that point.
I can't. Cause it was heavy.
Yeah. Life is like that.
But I thank the Lord.
We bless His name. Huh?
Hallelujah.
He's
Hallelujah.
He good sometimes.
Rock, how was your week?
She said sometimes.
No, I mean he good all the time, but sometimes it don't be feeling like he good. So
Sometimes it does not feel.
Be like, Lord,
sometimes it feels very much abandoned in the wilderness. So we just gonna be honest about that. But he always good. It
There we go.
just,
Yeah.
it ain't always looking
It's who.
what it need to be looking
Hi.
like.
Bless the Lord, huh?
So we be stuck in these.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, God. Big mama chilling.
I'm
Okay.
here.
It's alright.
Come on, big mama.
Look at this.
This big mama.
I'm real tired.
We good over there.
You know what? I just realized something. Why be mom? So fat.
That's not the sole reason.
It's not the soul. I wouldn't say it with all.
It's not the
you
sole
know.
reason, but
It just dawned on me.
and we thank God. So anyway,
I'm tired and I'm tickled and
whew.
tired.
Should I fix it? So today's episode is about trust issues.
My God.
Ooh.
Trust issues.
And the issues with trust and all of the things.
So are we talking like? In what aspect we talking about?
I feel like we can just start from one and go to the next. I don't feel like we have to rein it in.
And this may be a
Which is why I said we're only going
Two-part.
to do one topic today, because I just feel like it's going to be a 1 and a 2 situation. Yeah. So what is your definition of trust?
ooh. Ooh.
Trust to me is that I don't have to be concerned. I don't have to worry about if I'm not in. Okay, so initially, right, my mind just goes to a relationship, like what do you call it? A love interest,
Romantic
a romantic. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Relationship. And in that aspect outside of being in your presence, I would hope that I have nothing to be concerned about at any point.
I'm gonna check your location. I ain't gotta do
Check
all
your
that,
phone.
all the extra stuff when you
See,
get
I've
home.
honestly never been that kind of person.
Me
Me neither.
And so,
I ain't got that kind of time.
I'm gonna just let you go.
Right.
If I gotta do all that,
That's too much work.
That's a full-time job.
It's a full-time job.
And the thing about it is, like, previous generations, not all, but like some older generations is like, you gotta do all that because you never know what's going on with your man. I'm like, I don't have that kind of time. If I gotta math every day to figure out where he been, how long he been there, check his mileage, check his heart rate, see if he's like they be doing the most. I don't have that kind of time. My life too busy. I'ma just trust when you leave here, you go do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Be where you're supposed to be, and you come home. And I'm not gonna call you every single hour of the day either to make sure you're there.
No, that's a full-time job. No,
It
I'm good.
is.
Cool on that. Appreciate it.
I'm not doing it.
Sheryl, what's your definition of trust?
Pretty much the same. Just if I should be able to depend on you without worrying about you, I wouldn't say disappointing, but not keeping your word. I mean, if I say I trust you, that's it. Like, keep your word.
And you, Adam?
My definition of trust is I believe the best about you until you prove otherwise.
That's fair.
That's just where I am with it.
And that's not just romantically.
No, that's just period. Like when I initially engage with you, romantically, friendship, business, whatever, I'm going to believe the best about you, unless one or two things happen. My Shauna and I'll be like, whoop, bubble, something ain't right. Don't trust it.
Don't do it.
And very quickly, my Shauna and I will check me if it's absolutely wrong.
That's for sure.
The other one is if I find out it's some hidden, mischievous stuff going on behind the scenes. And that's when I gotta go American Gangster Trap Queens, because why would you play me after I gave you the opportunity to tell me the truth from the very beginning?
Here's the thing. Let's talk about that though, right? Here's the thing about that. So, I feel, and I think you may feel the same way, that going in, I give you the opportunity to speak to me and talk to me and be honest and open and transparent.
Right.
So why is it so hard for people to just do so? I am definitely the kind of person that you can come to me and you can say anything to me, whether it's you think that it's going to hurt my feelings or not. Give me that opportunity. Don't rob me of the opportunity to make the decision for myself, whether I will accept it or not.
Because I'm going to respect you more if you tell me the truth from the beginning.
If you be honest and straightforward from the beginning, we can go through the rigmarole. Like, we can go through the things. Like, it's not going to go straightforward anyway, regardless of what kind of relationship it's going to be. It's going to be ups and downs. So give me the opportunity to be able to say whether I want to go on this roller coaster ride or not. Because obviously it's going to be ups and downs. But if you rob me of that opportunity, I can't rock with you.
This is one thing I remember. I ain't gonna use names, but I remember watching a reality show, and the woman found out her husband had been cheating. But so she found out initially, she was heartbroken, whatever. But then he came back and told her about more instances. So he kept coming back with different levels of the truth. And she finally was just like, just knock me out at one time. Like, just tell me everything, one swoop, let me get the full blow and be done with it. Because you keep hitting me every other week or every other month. Like, I'm finna be out of here.
Right.
Like, just knock me out at one time. We can work through all the things. And either we can choose to work through it or not choose to work through it. But that's a different conversation. But like, if you give me all the information at the very beginning, when we're first dealing with it, while I'm open enough to receive all things and I'm ready to come to the table and work things out, like, let's do it then. Like, don't let me find out. Please don't let me find out that there's more to the story and you ain't told me. Because at that point, I just, ugh.
And then finding out, period. Like, just finding out, and then the way that 2022 is set up, you find out on social media. Like, if I find out from one of y'all, that's a little bit different. That's we here, right here. But if I find out from Susie Lou, there's something going on, and especially I don't rock with Susie Lou, baby.
And I've been on the other side of that. I remember me and my brother getting into it once, and it wasn't that long ago, but anyway. Getting into it once, and I was telling him about the situation, and he went and researched some things, whatever, and came back, and he was like, "Nigga, you ain't tell me about this part either." And he was like, "Either tell me the whole story," and he wasn't like mad, but he was like, "Just tell me the whole story so I know all the information going into, or don't tell me nothing at all." And when he said it, I was like, you know what, it's true, it's fair, because I would want the same thing on my end.
Mm-hmm.
Like, give me all details before I even get myself involved. And the thing about, from a romantic standpoint, is if you give me half the information when you're sitting down with me, I'm agreeing to forgive you for that portion, not knowing there's a whole other side of it.
Right.
And I'm saying I forgive you, but there's more to the story, and I don't know if I can forgive you for that part.
Yeah.
And that may take a little bit more grace, but you did give me the courtesy of saying that to me. So now I'm up in arms by the time you come back and tell me what's up.
Because you done hit me again.
Because you done hit me again.
What? It's another blow, man.
It's another blow. And I had a grace for what you told me the first time. I might not have grace for the second one. It might be very much pack your stuff.
Very much pack your things and get out.
Very much waiting to exhale. Very much.
Ooh.
Very much. Like,
Flick that cigarette.
yeah, just flick it and
Fix your stuff, baby.
pull the whole ends out in the driveway.
That's
like,
it.
and go back in the house and watch a movie like it ain't have to happen. Like, very
Find me
much.
at the door. How can I help you?
Very much. I was watching Fall from Grace this weekend with the crazy movie with the bad wigs. Yeah, I was watching that, and I said movies like that and acrimony. That's what I live by. Please don't play me. I'm crazy for real life.
In real life.
In real life, it's a screw.
It's a screw that's a little loose.
Oh yeah, and I told y'all before, it's a screw in the back. In the back, it's 4 sections, and in the back, that one screw.
That one quadrant.
Don't push me. I'm very much gonna be in Patty Walker's. Do not do that. It's not gonna be wise.
Oh, Father.
I done watched Orange is the New Black. I know how to be in jail. I done watched 60 Days In again.
She know how to be in jail.
I watched American Gangster Trap Queens. I know how to get it
She
done.
know how to get the drugs.
No, I know how. I have studied this from A to Z for a reason. So in the event anybody ever try me,
You think you should be telling that though?
You know,
somebody needs to know.
that Rico was real, bro.
Look,
They gonna come and find you.
Right.
I ain't got no dealings.
I ain't never sold nothing. I ain't never did nothing crazy. I ain't never even been in nobody's handcuffs.
But you know how to do it.
But
if the opportunity
don't push me.
arise.
Don't
A
push
roast.
me. Don't push me.
Hey.
Okay, I got a question.
Oh,
Okay.
what you got?
Oh God.
So, do you know what age or what point in your life where trust was broken?
Like the first time?
I think she just put on her counselor head.
She did.
And I don't know if I appreciate that right
I'm
now.
sorry.
If I'm gonna be completely honest, it gives me an initial headache to even think that far because it's been broken too many times. So for me to go back and try to figure out when the first time was, I don't even remember. It would probably take me some time to sit and actually think about it. Because there have been too many, just with my life in different aspects between church, life, family, relationships, whatever. You know, it's been too many times where my trust has been completely broken or my privacy completely violated. So I mean, child, that's a y'all situation right there. I ain't even got that kind of time.
Okay, all right.
So you know,
I just
it's been I have broken trust, and trust has been broken for me. So I've seen
Sure.
I've been on both sides of it, and I remember being in high school. I remember being in high school and got my phone taken for something. Praise the Lord. And
one of them times.
and my mom was like, you know, at the end of the day, you broke trust. Like, and it's gonna take a while for us to trust you again to gain that back. Because once you break it, like, it's a whole thing. And I think that was one of the first conversations that I had that I remember about trust. And how that process works. Because, and it's true, once it's broken on either side, it's just like, you don't feel safe, you can't come back through it. Like, it's just, it's a lot.
Right.
But I can't pinpoint the first time at all.
But can you, like, you say you can't come back to it, but is that true?
No, it depends on the situation now. It definitely like, if we are talking about in the marriage aspect.
Not even marriage.
Oh, just in life?
Just
Yeah.
like just.
For me, it depends on how far did it go. Like, how bad did it get? Because
what if it got?
If it got deadly bad, it's going to take me a moment. It's more than a moment, but it's going to take me a bit to process that out on my own accord between me and the Savior. We're going to have to work that out on one point. If I feel like it's worth it, if it's, for example, if it's me and you, at some point we're going to have a conversation. If it's me and a bird, it's very much, okay, Savior, fix it in me. And they can go on to Afghanistan as far as I can say. But if it's, I feel like if it's worth having a conversation, I will. But if it is somebody that I just met in passing and they did something crazy, it's not, I don't feel like it's worth my time.
I agree.
That's just me. Not at this stage of my life, because I realize I'm encountering more people. Some people are going to attach to you because they really want to be a part of your village and they genuinely want to be there. Other people just want access and, you know, to be able to say they know you, take what information they have and then go spread that and whoever. Them kind of people, all right, I learned who you are. Thank you so much for the lesson. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. God bless you.
Good night.
A genuine friend that I've spent time, been vulnerable with, we done had connection, you done walked with me through life, we gonna have to have some conversation.
Yes.
And at the end of that conversation, the dynamic will be different. That's the other thing. Once, if you make the decision to come back to the table and have a conversation about what all went on, the problems, you can't go in, and God is a restorer now. Absolutely. He definitely is. And he takes heed to covenant. That's a very big deal. But you can't expect, if me and you come to the table with all of our drama, I can't expect that I'm going to want to come back over here for dinner the next night. It might be a week or two, maybe 3, that I need to just be in my own space to process all of that out, because there's more information that I've now gathered at the table. I gotta go work all that out, and then I can come back and be social. But the dynamic is still gonna be different. Once trust is broken, the dynamic's different. That's just how I feel about it.
But I think once trust is broken, period, your trust level of anybody.
Yeah, it don't matter. Your guard is gonna be up.
It's gonna be
matter
up.
who
You're gonna be
it's
guarded.
going to be that you interact with.
Because I've been guarded for some years.
Oh, really?
I'm getting better though.
We didn't know.
You gotta say, I'm getting better.
Oh, some chest. You are better. You're growing. I would say that you're growing.
Evolving.
You're evolving.
Okay.
But I cannot judge your process because I didn't have your experience.
Exactly.
True.
So we make jokes about it, and we give you the blues about it. But the reality is, our life experiences and yours, well, between three of us, we all had different life experiences. So how we process things and how we now deal with life in certain circumstances, we can give our advice or, nag about it, but it's going to be up to us and Jehovah to work that out. And maybe the therapist, peoples, to work all that out so we can accurately do the things. But I was talking to somebody last night about the vulnerability aspect. And it was like, as much as I would want to be vulnerable and, share things and tell things, once you feel comfortable enough with somebody, the reality is my guard and this wall is very much up because of all of my experiences in the past, whether they're good or bad. I mean, just things happen. So as much as I want to give my all to you at this very moment, I don't have that capacity, or my shana or previous version of me is like, don't do that. Last time you did that, guess what happened? You remember, you was crying for 3 weeks. Don't do it. Don't do it.
They're gonna let you down, dog.
They're gonna let you down.
How do we move forward? Obviously with Jehovah. But how do we not take that baggage, those trust issues, to the next relationship, whether it's platonic or romantic? Like, what does that look like? Like, so this is my experience, right? I got the trust issues. They came from young. We're not. That's not what we're doing right now. So I got trust issues. We got
No.
Nah.
What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us?
I don't know. How do we start this?
Y'all want to talk
I don't know how we did that. Bless the Lord, thank you. I don't know how we did that, but my thing is, my experience has been continuing going through life and meeting people and building relationship with them. And then, that person does something. Oh, I'm angry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm big angry. Oh, that turned on something else that had happened in the past.
Yep.
But I gave this person a new slate because this is a new person, because it's new. But then I saw something old, and now.
Yeah. And it's like what I said, and that right. And trauma and trust issues, unfortunately, they just go hand in hand. So we'll probably end up talking about it. Relationships ended, friendships ended, things like people have fell out, all kind of stuff. And it was like craziness happening. But I feel like it was very purposeful to make room for individuals who were coming behind them. And so, as much as I want to be fully guarded and be like, nobody can be in my space except for the ones that I already know, no new friends type energy, I'm very also conscious of the fact that if they're coming into my life at this point in my life, then, I feel like I'm supposed to be interacting with them on some level.
Right.
Maybe not all romantic, maybe not all friendships, maybe they may not all be a part of my village per se, but for some reason,
maybe they're on assignment.
They're on assignment for something. And I was talking to Shelby, Marquise yesterday, and Marquise said, he was like, it's very true, like, the Lord ain't gonna allow you to meet nobody you're supposed to meet. Whether they're there for life or for a season. Everyone that you meet, there's a purpose behind it.
True.
So we of course use discernment with everything that you do, and to make sure that people that you spend time with are safe. That's the thing.
I just got something. Go ahead.
But at the same time, you can't. Everybody that is new that comes to you that doesn't have any mutual connections, like you meet somebody off the street type situation, or meet them at an event and they just want to be genuinely nice. You can't be having immediate side eye like,
Right.
Who sent you? You trying to do me wrong? You can't
with
everybody. You can't do that with everybody.
Yeah, I had to stop that because they can be an actual vital part to.
They can have the keys as entrepreneurs from the business standpoint.
Right.
They could literally have the keys to our next venture and open up all the doors. But because we so I don't trust you with nothing. Our hands are completely tight and tied. We can't have access to it.
So I'm gonna be 100. So people have been like people from past high school. I don't be talking to them people like that. So when I get DMs from people in high school, and it's not no like trying to holler type stuff. It's just like, oh, I be in Columbus. Alright.
I told you last high school.
I ain't seen this.
If we ain't talked since high school, we really ain't. I'm not really.
Right. What you telling me for like, who sent you? What? Where are these people popping up from?
By the way, I graduated high school 11 years ago today.
Wow.
Today.
11 years, huh?
May 20th.
Wow.
But anyway, go ahead.
I when you said who sent you, when I saw that message, I was like, who sent you?
Like,
And
what
it was
exactly?
like, literally, why are you here?
Why you here?
If we had no communication for that amount of time, it's just
Right.
like, I need a dissertation as to why you feel the need that you want. Like, case in point, when that little boy messaged me last summer, talking about, I'm going to be in town and I would love to meet up with you because, you know, I was some things. End up coming in town, we do meet up, and I'm thinking everything is cool. All the while, you... And that's why they are now blocked.
Listen.
And we thank God. No, and that's why they are now blocked. On everything. You can't see nothing.
It has been more frequent for me, and that's why I told you the other one hit me
Yeah.
up. What are you? Why? Why? Because it's from history. Like, this is history. Like,
And not the most positive history.
it's not the most positive history. Okay.
No.
So that's why I'm like, who sent you and why? And I try to keep in mind that, you know, everybody come for a reason, right? But I need to know what's your reason. But that's why I had a thing that popped up when you were speaking. Trust issues also. I had, baby, we here.
Oh, boy, we finna turn a corner. Oh, God. Okay. All right, I'm ready.
What do you do when you feel like the trust is broken between you and the Lord?
Oh God.
Sha-da-da. I'm finna go to the store.
What do you do then? Because he knows all the things, right? And you know.
So why do you feel your trust is broken with the Lord?
Before she answered it, let me answer it.
Oh, okay.
If the Lord has given you instructions, he says, go to Publix today instead of going to Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, go to Publix, there's going to be a man waiting at the door for you. He's going to have $200 to pay for all your groceries when you get there.
Mm-hmm.
You get to Publix, there's no man standing there. But you're like, okay, Lord, maybe you meant in the back of the store. I'll keep walking around the store, no problem. I'll keep walking down the aisles. I'll take my time shopping, get all my stuff. Get all the way to the checkout line. And I ain't met this man yet. I got $200 worth of groceries in my cart. I may have $125. But you said that he gonna take care of everything I need. So I'm waiting. I get all the way to the scanning. I'm doing self-checkout so I can take my time. Ain't nobody rushing.
Mm-hmm.
Go a little slow. Ain't nobody came
Taking my time.
to take care of this $200 yet. At this point, okay, I gotta just move some money from savings to checking. I gotta make something happen because you done told me to go to Publix. So I gotta make this adjustment.
I could save a couple of dollars.
I can save a couple of dollars at Walmart, but you told me to go to Publix, so here I am.
Yeah.
I get all the way to the car with all these groceries. And I still don't see this
Still
man.
ain't seen the man with $20.
So I'm like, did you mean today? Did you mean tomorrow? Did you mean last week to go to Publix? Like, at what point was I specifically, why didn't you give me a date and time specifically to go to Publix? You should say go to Publix. So now I'm sitting here looking crazy. I done spent more money than I needed to. I'm looking crazy. I got all these groceries. And ain't nobody assisting me with nothing. Why would you say that? Why would you even put me in that predicament? If I wasn't gonna get what you said I'm gonna get. That's what she means. Now you can answer.
So I have nothing else to
Okay. All right. Do we hit that?
I got it.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I got it.
That's why.
Doing all the things that is being said
To the book. Exactly how you told me to do it. The crazier things.
The crazy thing.
Because the Lord be like, go jump outside 3 times, turn around, and come back and then stand on your head and see what happens. That's the kind of stuff he do.
That's the stuff that what?
Go run around outside 3 times and it's gonna be $1 million in his mailbox. He got
And
the worst
be
sense of
funny.
humor. He got the worst sense
He
of
don't be
humor.
funny. It's not funny at this point.
I think he's just seeing if you're going to trust him even in those things.
Oh, really, Sheryl? Let's talk about that.
Well, did you just open the door for yourself?
Trusting the things you can't see, huh? What was that?
That's pretty much.
Oh, okay.
I
Trust
said that.
when you can't trace them.
That what she said, ain't it?
That's what she said.
That's why I got my phone.
That's. I mean, you know.
She preached that last week.
She did it.
Herself. It came out her own mouth, so whatever.
My Lord. But I think he's. I wouldn't say test, but he's seeing if you're going to trust him even when it doesn't look like. If he said this, and then nothing happens, and then he brings something else, and you do the same thing, he's gonna, okay. See, he's trying to see if you're gonna trust him even when you feel like, he ain't listening. But in all things, you still trusting him. And so,
are you trusting him, or are you saying you trust him, but you are very much like, this don't make sense? Because that's the difference. We say a lot of times that we be like, Lord, I trust you. Lord, I trust you. Woo, Lord, I trust you. Oh, Lord, I trust you. Lord, you're the best thing ever happened to me. All the while in our mind, this is the craziest,
the dumbest.
And all anxiety, depression, frustration, all things, mental, all things are going on because like this don't make sense. And in my natural mind, I got another route I can take to make this make sense over here. But you done told me to go this way. But I know for a fact I can make it happen over here.
Here's the thing though, for me, in my experience, right? Like, okay, so the things he told me to go to Publix, I went to Publix. And I had to pay for my own groceries, although he said somebody gonna be there to pay for my groceries. I'm like, just because you're natural, sometimes it takes a little while to get in there, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, Lord. So I'm like, so you want this Publix? So I'm being specific, like I am going to the Lord with the questions just to be sure, because Publix is out here, like they out on every other corner, It's a couple of them in the city.
Did you want Schaumburg?
So did you want which one you wanted? It got the Macon, you got Schaumburg, then you got.
They got some in Florida.
It's which one, Lord? But you said the one right here on Schaumburg, Lord. You said right there up the street. It's right there up the street, right there. There, right there. That's the one you said. So I'm there, and I'm all right. So I get to the Publix. Now, she went through it real quick. Cool. But let me tell you, the way that my experience was, I'm taking my time because, Lord, I heard what you said, and that's all right.
But his purpose doesn't work on our time, though.
No, that's fine. But that's not even the problem, right? Because I'm still in this journey.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still saying, Lord, all right. So you saw what just happened when I'm on my way to Publix. Mm-hmm. I'm doing what you told me to do. Mm-hmm. And then I still get to Publix and I got $200. Like I'm doing the things that you're asking me to do. Even when I said, all right, I'm done, take my hands off of it. This is you. All of my trust is because I have trust issues, and I'm putting my all. I'm dropping it at your feet, literally.
That's the part. I already have trust issues.
I already have trust issues,
yeah.
And I'm dropping it at your feet. I'm giving you the whole thing, and you're taking me on this journey, and I'm listening. I even challenged my hearing because. What you said, I'm not seeing. So help, do something, say something to help me make sure that this is you and not anything or anybody else? Is it even me?
That ain't crazy.
Remove me. I am literally having these conversations with the Lord Almighty. Okay, and it's still, even in when it was still not looking as what he said, I continued to trust. But then here's where it goes into because there's dependent on another party, right?
Okay.
Okay. Right. Because the man got the $200.
Right. The man's got the $200. And so I'm now depending on this man to hear the Lord and be in place as well.
Ooh. Why are we here, Lord?
Okay.